Alright guys, so Mrs. Jake and I have a few things we're going to be checking on today. One thing we're going to be checking, we will be checking the status of all the supers, see how they're doing, to see if they're still drawing out, if they're still storing or capping, what's happening. We will be going through doing inspections on Aduna, Rose, Blanche, and then we're going to check in, well, this one's not Sophia anymore, that one's Sophia. We'll be checking to see how Sophia's doing. Hopefully she'll need another deep by now. I'm hoping. I don't know. She probably doesn't have everything drawn yet. We'll be going through. We're basically just going to inspect everybody.
Yeah.
Today. Do a real nice, good inspection. And we're going to see if the new queen has emerged quite yet. So, we got a lot to do. Let's get started doing it.
I'll do a bee dance.
Do the waggle dance. Waggle, 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 waggle. Got quite a few on this. And there is some Captain Brood. There we have it. Got her Dunsky. Man, she's gorgeous. Guys, we found our queen.
Finally.
See that? Want to explain what we're looking for on Aduna, Mrs. Jake? Wow, look at all that population coming out of the hole.
Yeah, we're looking to see if she's ready for a super and how everybody's doing. Hopefully they're not nectar bound anymore.
Here you go. While Mrs. Jake is doing that, I'm going to go ahead and look in the supers on Blanche to see how they're doing. So I get them out of the way and ready for inspection.
I'm just kind of counting. They've got stuff drawn out like from the inside of this one, so this side of this one, all the way to the outside of this one. So they just kind of didn't do anything on this last one yet. But it feels like, did you checkerboard in here?
No.
Weird. Because it feels like
Are they drawing weirdly?
They skipped one. Two.
I did not checkerboard
It's really
Aduna.
weird. Okay, so this is weird. Okay, look at this. Nothing. Nothing. And then nothing on the inside of this one. There is some on this side, but then I might as well use this if it's right here, right? Okay. So yeah, they completely skipped the inside of this one, this entire frame, both sides, and went straight to this one. I don't know why. It's kind of weird, but this is all nectar stores. So I don't know, Jake, what do you think?
What?
Should we move it in? Or, because this one, empty on both sides, empty on this side, empty on that side. This one was here.
Well, you just leave it there. They're going to draw it out.
It's so weird though, right?
Yeah, it'll be kind of like checkerboarding, and then they'll start drawing out the other.
It's like they're self-checkerboarding.
Whatever. If that's what they want to do.
I'm befuddled. Bemused? I don't know. Puzzled. Whatever synonym.
Oh,
I
my
like.
Lanta.
Okay, this is all wet and being drawn out to these stores. They're starting to cap some of them, but they have quite a few yet to fill, so that's good. They have some space. I think our biggest concern is that even with putting one brood frame in from Sophia before we split Sophia, is that she's going to become nectar bound again. Run out of room to lay.
That's a bad deal because we want them to be prepared for winter.
Oh yeah, we're good.
What?
Okay, so pretty much the whole bottom half of this one is empty or it has single cells. So she's still got room. We're good. Look at that beautiful brood. Gorgeous.
The earrings seem to work. We got 2 fully drawn frames now in the
Okay.
super.
Slip this one back in. Do you want to show them what you're seeing on Blanche?
Well, I've got her ready for an inspection now.
Oh, gotcha. Oh yeah. Look at all of that. Okay, so there's a lot of brood here. I'm kind of looking in the empty cells in between. It looks like there must have been some that just hatched because there's nothing in the bottom of them, like no jelly. On some of these towards the bottom, there's single eggs. But yeah, there's a bunch of them that have nothing. So that's good. She's got room. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I was worried about. So that's what I'm excited about. Sorry, I'm looking at... There was a couple right here. You probably can't see them on the camera, but they're sharing food. It's transferring from this bee to that one. I'm just fascinated, and I stop and I see little things and I'm like, ooh, what's that? I get distracted easily.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Not so much.
Ooh, squirrel.
Ooh, bees. Sometimes I see a pretty flower while I'm driving and I'm like, I wonder if bees would like that one.
All right, we're going to keep going the inspection here.
Yep.
If we find a Duna, which we should, she's pretty easy to spot. And as long as we don't find any swarm cells, we'll be happy. We'll let you guys know what we find.
I think a bunch of these, oh my gosh, I can see some hatching right now, Jake. I don't think we caught this on camera before.
Where?
So I want them to see it.
Where? Point it out.
I'm trying to get one. Right here, there's 2 of them right there. So yeah, what I said before about all of these empty cells because a bunch of newly hatched, that's exactly what's happening. So I'm excited about this, that you guys get to see it.
If they ever move. Right there.
There's 2 of them that are coming out. Oh, there's another one down towards the bottom. Can you see it? It's wiggling out right now. You see it?
I don't know. I can't see the camera.
I think you got it in the sights.
Right here.
There you go. There's another one just to...
So they're helping their sister out. They're going to help get her out, clean her up.
Gosh, this is cool, guys. It does not take them long to come out at all, so this is really cool that we're seeing this. I'm so excited that we get to show you this.
And there's a fat drone.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to keep going now.
Okay.
All right, so here on Blanche, we got basically an almost full super. It was full before, but I took a frame out of here and put it in this bottom super to kind of, I don't know, help them out and entice them to start drawing that out. We've got 8 frames fully drawn, and they're about halfway capped each. Let me show you this one. I pulled this one out a little bit ago. Well, Mrs. Jake was doing a Duna. They really drew that out, which ain't no big deal. It'll actually be easier to harvest when we cut across it. And then nice halfway capped over here. That's about every frame in this top is that way. And then I nadired, oh, let me get this out of here. This is heavy. I went ahead and nadired another box, which means you put a box underneath the box.
Some people call it under-supering.
Or under-supering. It's nadiring is the actual term. But I did put 1 frame down in here, and then we got a bunch of empties here too that they're starting to work on. I only had 1 frame that was mostly drawn out that I put down in here, and it seems like they're doing a lot of capping on it already, and they're drawing out more. Let's see if I can spread them. Show you guys what's up. See, they're drawing this out already, so they're working on a third one. Because we are in a good flow. All of our sweet clover is currently bloomed and flowering. Like all the red, yellow and white sweet clovers. So I'm gonna turn this up. See that? You got the 2 full drawn, they're capping it, and then they're working on more. All right. Whoop.
That's cute.
And now we're gonna get to our inspection here.
Cute little giggle. And then just chuckle.
Since it's been a while that we've been in this brood, we are double checking food stores, see how they're doing on food wise. We'll be looking for single eggs, make sure we're still laying, and seeing how they're drawing out. This is one of the last frames that they had to draw out. They're drawing it out and just putting stores right in it. So the supers are good, it's giving them some room. And let's keep going on this inspection. If I find anything interesting or queeny, I'll let you guys know.
Interesting thing.
Got to show you guys this. That's like ideal pattern right there. Food stores, capped. Got some open cells that have eggs and or larvae in it, then a whole bunch of capped worker brood. That is beautiful. Blanche is a great hive, great queen, awesome workers, and they're not aggravated at me yet. We have some drone comb, not queen cells, not drone, burr comb. Not queen cells, so I'm not too worried, but I'm gonna get rid of the burr anyway. There's nothing in it yet, so.
There's some drone on there too, but not down on the bottom.
Yeah. There was some drone on a mostly food frame. All right, guys, here's Queen Blanche. That blue dot, now she's over there on the food. Oh my God.
What?
She fell. She's right there on the ground.
Where you at, lady? Oh my God. Lady, come here. Come here, beauty. Stop popping. Come here.
Get her up on the frame.
Oh, we're to fly. Don't fly. Come back. Woman, get in your home. Get in your kitchen. I'm sorry.
Okay, we had a major scare just now. Same thing happened on Vino Farms not too long ago where the queen fell off the frame. He just had a video of that. I'm like, oh, that'll never happen to us. Well, she fell off. And she went right to the ground. I think she has a blue dot, and then she tried flying away. Landed on Rose right there, but I was able to get her with my hands to get her back on top.
You forgot the part where I got her on my hands first.
Okay, Mrs. Jake got her on the hands first, then she like flew away. She's like, no, don't touch me. Okay, a little bit of excitement. Almost had a bad deal happen because she's an amazing queen, so holy cow. All right. Whew. Oh, man.
Sure that I don't drop her.
All right, guys, it took a while, but we found Aduna.
She's on the second to last frame in the bottom brood box. She's got a lot of empty cells to fill, so we're not worried about her being nectar bound anymore.
Thankfully. Yeah, we stopped feeding her because they just started pulling it in and storing it, not actually doing their job of drawing out anything. I think us adding that frame from original Sophia hive helped her out a lot. Gave her some more workers and space to lay as soon as they hatched. So yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys, so I'm done going through Blanche just to give a lowdown real quick. We found the queen. You saw me drop her. Miss Jake and I got her back in, thankfully. Holy cow, that was a scary experience. I hope to never go through that again. Got them all closed up. We got 2 fully drawn frames in the super here. They're drawing on 2 more. They got 2 more to draw on this one just because, well, they didn't have the last one drawn and we wanted to make sure they had room, so we added that nadired super. We have this on here in case for some reason they hit a huge flow and they get this all built out, then they have more space to keep working. They've got loads of food storage, loads of brood, eggs everywhere. Our queen is doing great. On Aduna, we're gonna take some of them empty frames, and I got some wax that's just straight up wax, no brood in it at all. We're gonna kind of scrape on those frames to kind of maybe entice them to start drawing out on that. And then we're gonna get going on Rose and Dorothy, and we'll save the split hives for last. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. We got like a ball of wax here and just kind of scrape all over it. You'll see it kind of building up to where it's not so black anymore. That'll hopefully entice them to maybe start building up on it. I mean, it's like a washboard, so it's just gonna scrape it all off. We're gonna get a little bit of wax on all of it. And we'll just do that to some empties, and hopefully that'll get Aduna's colony to start drawing them out. All right, Mr. Jake, which one are you on now?
This is Rose.
Beautiful Rose, our golden gal.
What'd you do with my... Oh.
Mr. Jake, your hive tool's on the ground. I don't have it.
Always blaming him for moving my stuff. Cause
Gotta blame the husband.
Usually you are the one that moved my stuff, so automatic response now.
Oh, I got one that's mad at me.
Okay.
Chasing me around.
Got it. It looks like the original two that were already drawn that we put in are the only ones that they've been really working on. So we're definitely not ready for another super. They've got plenty to dry out.
Have they drawn any of them out?
They worked more on these two. You can see some new comb that they've drawn out.
Yeah, those
more,
are old frames.
But that's the old frames, yeah.
They had nothing on them. The old frames had nothing on them when we put them
really?
in. So
They didn't have any drawn out?
nope, that's just been used before. You can tell by the darker color.
Yeah.
So they, I guess, decided to work on those two first.
It makes sense. It does.
We don't need to inspect those.
Okay.
It's just that it just tells us they're working on it. It is getting a little darker in the sky to the south of us, so we're worried about rain, so we're going to start moving a little faster. We're trying to. Doesn't mean it's actually going to happen, though.
Starting to draw out on this outside one, so that's good.
Oh, that is good. I bet you they'll be working in
It's
this.
pulverized all the way down.
You're going to pull the frame apart if you just pull on one side. Yeah, there it goes. Nice.
But show, like
Nice.
this pulverized all the way down to here.
Yeah, see all that? That's why it was really hard to pull that one out. Oh, good. They're working on the outsides.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's what we want to see, you know. Oh, my Lanza.
Okay, you could do it gently next time.
Sorry. Yeah, they're drawn out all the way around. That's good.
Yep.
Gonna be a nice strong hive.
We're hoping that most of these will make it through the winter. Gosh, these guys sure do love to purplize. All the way down on this one too. Ooh, nice and heavy. Wow.
That's all food stores. There's just brood right in the center.
It's exactly the same on this side. Just a tiny patch of brood. She probably was like, ah, my spot.
What they need to do is they need to start working on that super so they can pull that nectar up and give the queen more room.
Exactly.
That's the purpose of the supers this year. We weren't wanting to get honey this year. Our goals this year was to build up our hives and get them to survive the winter, hopefully. And if they don't survive, we'll order packages and put brand new colonies in the hives with all the nice drawn comb and other food stores.
Yeah.
But
We need to get another big deep freeze just to freeze stuff in case that happens.
yeah, we'll need to get a deep freeze.
Because we have 2 deep freezes, but they're full.
Yeah, full of food from the garden and all that stuff.
Food. We cleaned one halfway out to put some frames in last fall.
Gosh, she's almost looking nectar bound, isn't she?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like there's no brood on this side. Just a tiny patch on that one, just like the last frame.
Well, as long as we don't find queen cells, I'm going to be happy about it.
Yeah.
That's like our worst nightmare right now. We're mid-July. If we get towards the end of July, that's a bad time for swarms to happen because most of the time they're not going to survive.
I think when I was just looking around on the local state beekeeper page, there's somebody that said the latest successful swarm that they've caught was 25th of July. There is absolutely like 1 brood, 2 brood on this one. Everything else is food.
You know what we could do? I did find that frame of just eggs in Blanche.
Yeah.
We could swap an egg of food, I mean a frame of food for a frame of brood.
That is not a bad idea. Let's see what we have to work with down in the bottom.
Okay.
And see where we're at.
How about this? I'll start breaking them loose for you.
Sure. That's half the work.
Uh-huh. Tag team this going on here.
Okay.
Well, there we go. We're starting to see some more.
There. Now we've got some larvae and some single eggs.
With a big freaking drone right there.
And you'll see Rose. When we see Rose, you'll know it because she's that one that's that beautiful gold.
She's really easy to
Italian
spot.
color. Look at that. How
Look
it's
at all that food.
pumped up. There's some decent brood on this one though. So
Good
that
worker
makes me
brood.
happy. And it's fun because you can see like where it's all built out extra on this one. It's like not on the opposite one. They kind of built in on that one. So they just need to hurry up and
Yeah, they need to hurry up and finish drawing out them other two deeps, and then
they can move this some of the food stores up.
yeah, the deep she'll use
All
that.
right, this one is nice and empty. She went ahead and already laid in all of these empty cells.
That's
New-
awesome.
New eggs.
Love it.
Good.
What about that side?
Same.
Same. Wonderful.
Yep. All beautiful single eggs standing up.
All right. Well, we're gonna keep going on this to try to make it quick in case a storm's coming, which it kind of looks that way.
When we find Rose, when I'm being optimistic, when we find her, we'll show you.
And hopefully not drop her.
Yeah.
Okay, so last time we were in here, we put them all together like you're supposed to.
And they pushed them all out. They're like,
Somehow
no.
they're pushing the frames apart. I don't know how.
They are strong when they festoon. They probably use teamwork and just.
What's gonna work? Teamwork. Yeah. So,
right.
weird thing. Now let's find our queen. All right, guys. Found Rose.
Sorry.
Or Mrs. Jake, sorry.
Isn't
Yep, there's our
she-
queen. Queen
isn't
Rose.
she pretty?
Our golden queen. She's so gorgeous. All right. All right, we found Rose, so now we're going to go through Dorothy. Mrs. Jake is going to finish up the inspection over there. And we're going to, let's go ahead and check the super out. See how they're doing. Okay. Oh, by the way, on Rose, I went through the super and kind of popped them apart. They're working on multiple frames up in there. They've got them like partially drawn all over the place, so they are working on the super, so that's good. Now on Dorothy here, nothing. Let's open it up. They're up here. They're kind of measuring it, which they do with their antenna and their legs and such. Oh, good. They're working on this one. This one's fully drawn. And they're working on this one. So they're working up in the supers. That's good. Because if they're running out of room down below, they're going to need room up to move nectar up and to have places to store, so that way Queen Dorothy will have places for brood. All right, let's get rocking down here. See what they're up to. Don't know what happened here. That is weird. Mrs. Jake, there's a frame just clear on the end. I don't know what that's about, but they're drawing it. This is one of the last deeps. So they're drawing that out. See how they're doing. This is another deep that they were working on. Ooh. All food right there and capped. Mostly drawn over here, or partially drawn. They're capping what they got. Let's keep looking. Now wherever wherever they can stick the nectar, they're doing it. We've got a bunch of drone brood. Look at all that food. All that honey, capped honey right there. So they're getting some great stores, which is what I want to see. because we want them going strong in the wintertime. I've not seen queen cells yet, but those frames, they're all food mostly right now. Let's get into this one. Oh man. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So brood, mostly food. Okay, here we go. We got single eggs all in this brood area here. Some larvae, food all around it. That's good. We see single eggs. What does that tell us? That tells us our queen is in here doing her job. I'm not seeing any queen cells. Good. Let's move on. I'm going to keep going through this. If we see our queen, we'll show you. If I find anything else interesting, I'll show you that too.
Ooh.
Alright, she's right here. Here's Queen Dorothy. She's doing her job. She's looking everywhere she can to lay eggs right now. This second brood chamber is mainly freaking food. So she's doing her job. She's searching. I haven't seen any queen cups yet, so hopefully we'll be good here.
And this is the one we were kind of worried about making a queen because...
Now she's up here.
Oh, because she, they had like some practice queen cells going on early on.
But yeah.
She has like probably the best mark. Look at
I
that.
noticed.
It's still like a perfect dot. Hasn't been messed with at all.
She's gorgeous still. Look at her. She's
Yeah.
pretty.
I think she's gotten lighter in color since we got her. She was more of like a defined tiger stripe.
She's grown for sure too. She was kind of shorter.
Yeah. And I'm sure that was partially due to the stress of, you know, coming into a new hive.
That, and she was out of a split too, so she was a new queen when we first got her.
Right.
So we got her
makes
in
sense.
here. I've got the top brood box done. There's not a whole lot of brood, but there is up here, so I'm gonna move down on, go ahead and move down into our bottom. All right guys, that'll be it for this video. We went through Aduna, Blanche, Rose, and Dorothy.
Not in that order.
Not in that order at all. We found every queen so far. About lost Blanche. That was scary. That was very scary. Hope to never experience that again.
She's fine, guys.
I was scared. It was very, very scary.
I think he had more trauma than she did. She'll be fine.
Yeah, we got her back in pretty easily. How'd Aduna go, Mrs. Jake?
Good. I was a little bit worried at first, but she's good.
She's good. How'd all the frames and everything look?
Good. There was like, it was weird. She kind of checkerboarded in the top a little bit, where she drew out a bunch, and then she didn't do the backside of one, completely skipped another, and then started drawing on the next one. So I'm not sure what that's about, but we went ahead and did the wax rub on those to help encourage her to draw between. And then when I say her, I just mean like that colony in general, not necessarily the queen. So
Yeah. And then you did, which one next? Rose?
I did Rose.
How'd she go?
We have a super on her, and they are working their best on drawing out all of those medium frames, but you know, they're not all quite there yet, so they don't have a lot of extra places to store, so they're storing a lot of nectar in the second deep, the upper deep, and you know, when they finish drawing out the medium ones, they'll be able to move it up. She'll have more places to lay, and I think that's going to help her become, like, not become nectar bound.
And when we investigated that super, we did find that they were drawing on multiple frames. They just had one fully drawn, or two fully drawn.
Two fully drawn.
Two fully drawn, but they were drawing on multiple frames. So they are working on it.
Yeah.
And we'll be excited when they get it drawn out more in the super, because that means they'll move some of that stuff that's in the bottom where the main brood chamber is, and they'll move that up, that nectar up. So that'll give Miss Queenie some more room to keep laying.
Yeah.
And then, anything else for that one?
No, you go ahead and talk about what you think.
All right, and then in Blanche, she's doing awesome. She's got the one full super on, well, almost full. I'd say it's 90% full. They're starting to cap it. The second super, which I nadired, they're drawing in multiple frames. And then we just have that third one out there just to kind of make sure they have space. And it gives them a little more air movement, I guess, to help dehydrate the nectar and turn it into honey. We found her, the queen, as you all saw, and almost killed her or something. And I'm still a little saddened and I don't know, nervous about that. But she's got great brood all over the place. They're doing food stores just how they should be. They have so much brood going on and so many eggs and everywhere. There's the multiple frames in that bottom chamber, which is nothing but eggs. So she's going to be still doing great with population. We did not find any queen cups, any swarm cells, nothing. And Rose, Aduna, or Blanche. So those three are doing great. I did pull some burr comb off of Blanche right there. And we're going to open those cells up and we're going to look into it and see if we can see if we see any kind of varroa mites or anything of that nature. And then I moved on over here to Dorothy. Went through her just now. They are working on the super. They've got one full drawn, and they're working on multiple frames up there. We've got the first brood, or second brood chamber, I guess. This one here. That's where we found our queen. She's looking beautiful in there. There's mainly just food stores up there. When you get into that bottom brood chamber, that's where all our brood is. There's at least the outside 2 to 3 frames on each side is mainly food stores, and then they're finishing building out. Bless me. They're finishing building out the outside frames on the very outside of there, so that'll be good for them too. And then in the middle frames, they're just packed full of worker brood. So Queen Dorothy is doing great as well. All our queens are doing great so far. We have not found any swarm cells or cups. And that's going to be it for this one. Our next video, we're going to be going through the split hive, seeing if our queens hatch, those 2 that we found and kept, those swarm cells. And then we're going to look inside Sophia and see how she's doing, see if we're ready for another deep brood or not. We have not added supers to anybody yet. We do have Sophia's brood chamber ready if she's ready for another box. And then what we'll end up doing probably is checkerboarding that, more than likely, so that way they'll start building everywhere, and we're going to keep feeding Sophia no matter what. That way she can build out her comb, because I want her to survive winter.
Yeah.
I really do. She's a great queen. I know her daughter will be great, whatever they're interested in you.
They don't like me.
But that'll be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Maybe you saw something you liked. You got suggestions, comments, please leave them below. Give us a like and subscribe. Pray for our family. We'll pray for yours. I hope everybody's doing well, whenever you are, wherever you are. Anything, Mr. Jake?
You said it all.
I said it all. I talk too much. All right, guys. We'll catch y'all later. Take care. Bye.
Bye.